Alright, gather round folks, it's story time with your finance pal, Richard Coffin, the host with the most casual take on economic apocalypse scenarios. Today, we're talking about the hot goss in the currency world where the US dollar, the cool kid on the economic block, might be getting some serious side-eye from the rest of the playground. We're chatting about de-dollarization, yeah, it's a mouthful, which is just a fancy term for the world possibly giving the US dollar the cold shoulder. Now, for the past 80-ish years, the US dollar has been like the popular kid in school. It's been the go-to for stashing cash in central banks and for paying for stuff across borders, especially oil, earning it the nickname petrodollar. But whispers in the financial winds say that this currency clique is about to get shaken up. Why the sudden drama? Well, it all starts with Russia's not-so-friendly neighborhood expansion into Ukraine. The US, playing the role of the global hall monitor, slapped Russia with some serious financial timeouts, including freezing a whopping $300 billion of Russia's lunch money and kicking them out of the global financial treehouse, also known as the SWIFT network. As a result, some of the big names in the global economy, we're talking about the BRICS crew, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, are getting antsy. They're looking to trim down on their US dollar diet and possibly even cook up their own currency. Imagine a new currency backed by gold. It's like financial alchemy, and it's got some folks in a tizzy. And it's not just the BRICS bunch. Even Argentina is trying to pair up with Brazil to create their own currency duo, and Saudi Arabia, yep, the oil kings, are flirting with the idea of pricing their black gold in Chinese yuan. Mon Dieu, even French President Macron is hinting at Europe needing to find a new currency crush. The US dollar's share of the global economic lunch table has been slipping, down from a hefty 70% to a still pretty good 59%. But, and here's the kicker, despite all the fiery dollar bill thumbnails and doomsday predictions, the good old US dollar is probably sticking around. Why? 'Cause change is hard, especially when it comes to global money habits. The US dollar is like that massive oak tree in the financial playground, it's got deep roots and a sturdy trunk. For example, the Chinese yuan is still just a tiny sapling compared to the dollar's mighty oak status. And let's not forget, the US has a big old military stick to back up its financial carrots. Plus, any new currency trying to take the throne has to deal with everyone's economic quirks. The Eurozone already showed us that sharing a wallet can get messy when everyone's spending habits are different. And here's the real tea, the world owes the US a lot of money. Like, $12 trillion a lot. So, there's a ton of demand for dollars just to pay back debts. It's like the financial version of I owe you one, but with a few more zeros. So, what's the moral of the story for investors? Don't get too spooked by the US dollar is doomed campfire stories. Economies are more tangled up than last year's Christmas lights, and there's no magic crystal ball. Sure, keep an eye on the de-dollarization drama, but remember, investing is a long game. Don't let the fear of a dollar downfall scare you off from playing the market. And hey, if you're into learning more about this stuff, give Brilliant a shot. They're like the cool tutor that helps you understand tricky topics, and they're offering a sweet deal, 30 days free and 20% off their annual subscription. That's all from your financial narrator. If you dug this tale of economic intrigue, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Until next time, keep your wallets wise and your investments growing. And remember, don't just burn your dollars, unless you're doing it for a killer thumbnail. Peace out, money mavens. We're diving deeper into the wild world of de-dollarization, and we're bringing more sizzle to the financial grill. So, grab your popcorn, because Richard Coffin is back with the extra crispy, extra funny, and extra detail-rich version of the story. Picture this, you're scrolling through YouTube, and boom, there's a video sponsored by Brilliant. It's like your favorite movie franchise, but with a nerdy twist. You think, hey, why not give it a shot? It's not like I have anything better to do. So, you visit brilliant.org, and they're like, here's 30 days of free brain food. You're like, free stuff? Count me in. But wait, there's more. If you're one of the first 200, you get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. It's like a buffet of knowledge, and you're first in line for seconds. Now, let's get back to the main event, the de-dollarization circus. Our host, Richard Coffin, steps into the ring and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been binge-watching finance YouTube, you've probably seen more burning dollar bills than you'd find in a magician's hat. But here's the twist, it's not just any dollar bill drama. Recent headlines are painting the US economy like a thriller movie on the brink of collapse. You've got thumbnails featuring flaming dollars, ominous music, and titles like The Death of the US Dollar. It's like the financial version of a Hollywood blockbuster, complete with dramatic lighting. Now, let's talk about de-dollarization. What's the deal with this buzzword? Well, for nearly 80 years, the US dollar has been the undisputed king of currencies. It's been the prom king, the class president, and the star quarterback rolled into one. Central banks around the world stacked up their reserves with US dollars and international trade? Yep, it was like a dollar dance party. But now, there's a new plot twist. The US slapped some serious financial sanctions on Russia after their Ukraine invasion. They froze $300 billion in foreign assets and kicked Russia out of the SWIFT network, a global payments club. Some countries cheered, but others saw it as the weaponization of the dollar. Basically, the US was using its currency as a weapon in a geopolitical showdown. And that's when the IMF, the bigwigs of international finance, stepped in and said, "Hold on, this could lead to new currencies and systems to bypass the US dollar." Cue the dramatic music because things are getting spicy. Enter the BRICS squad: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. These big economic players are like the Avengers of de-dollarization. They want to decrease their dollar dependency and might even create their currency Avengers. There's talk of a new gold-backed currency, and the next BRICS meeting could be the showdown of the century in August 2023. But wait, there's more. Argentina, in cahoots with Brazil, is cooking up their own currency, and Saudi Arabia, the oil heavyweight, is flirting with China's yuan for oil payments. Even French President Macron is like, "Hey, Europe, let's cool it on the dollar." Now, the dollar's share in global reserves has dipped a bit, from above 70% to 59%. It's like the dollar lost a few popularity points, but it's still the captain of the cheerleading squad. The Chinese yuan? Well, it's more like the shy kid in the back. But hold on, folks, don't panic just yet. De-dollarization is like changing the rules of a century-old game. It's complicated. The euro, for example, had some major growing pains. And the BRICS countries? They've got varying inflation rates and interest rates, like a group of friends with different tastes in music. Getting them on the same playlist ain't easy. Oh, and did we mention the US dollar's whopping $12 trillion worth of debt? Yeah, the world owes Uncle Sam a ton. It's like the world's biggest IOU, and that's not changing overnight. So, here's the bottom line for investors: de-dollarization is a spicy plot twist, but it's not the end of the financial world as we know it. The US dollar isn't going down without a fight. And remember, investing is like a Netflix series, it's a long game. Don't let the hype distract you from the bigger picture. And as for brilliant, they're like the cool tutor who makes learning fun. They've got interactive lessons, puzzles, and courses on everything from math to computer science. So, if you want to level up your brain game, give them a shot. You get 30 days free, and the first 200 peeps get 20% off their annual premium subscription. It's a no-brainer. That's all from Richard Coffin, your financial storyteller. If you enjoyed this roller coaster of finance and want more, hit that like button, subscribe for a front row seat, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay savvy, money maestros.